Hello. So, I asked people on Twitter what they wanted me to talk about today, and they wanted me to talk about treatments I've tried for IC. I guess for everything. Um, I sound like someone. Sound like Jenna Marbles or something. Like, I asked you all what you. Yeah, no, there's like 5 of you, but it's fine. I love 5 of you. Actually, I think 8 of you voted. The other one, 19 voted, but then I changed the poll. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about treatments I've tried for IC mostly, because it's really all I've tried. Um, yeah, okay, so we're just going to start with that. So, first, I got diagnosed with IC when I was 15. And when I got diagnosed, the first thing was diet. But I pretty much already had that down by the time I was 15 because I had figured out long ago when I was around 5 or 6 that water makes me in less pain, keeps me in less pain. Like drinking a lot of water means it usually won't hurt to pee, which is great. Doesn't always work. It has flaws, but I've figured out that acidic things make it hurt. That is what IC is. The acid makes it hurt because our bladder has microscopic cuts in it, and the acidic things hurt the cuts. So, yeah. So I try to steer clear of acid. I never drink soda, ever. I learned that when I was little. That is the most painful thing. Juice also is painful. Really, all I drink is water and tea sometimes. Chocolate is awful, but I have eaten so much chocolate today and I'm going to regret it in a few hours. Um, Chocolate's acidic, caffeine is acidic, are acidic, juice, soda is acidic, everything's acidic, so I try to stay clear from acidic things, unless it's chocolate, in which case I just down a bunch of water and hope for the best, because I love chocolate. So that was like the first step of IC, was the diet. My mom didn't let me try medicine. There was one medicine for IC, it's Elmaron, but my mom didn't let me try medicine until I turned 18 and I got it myself. But so we skipped that stage, and the next stage was bladder installations, which were the worst thing I have ever experienced in my entire life. It does help some people. So I'm not saying don't try it if you have IC, but if you have IC and urethral pain, it probably will hurt you more than it will help you. If you just have bladder pain, you might be great with it. I know a lot of people, it helps a lot. But for me, basically what a bladder installation is, they put medicine directly into your bladder through a catheter while you are awake. And they use lidocaine, but it doesn't work to numb you. No, it doesn't work. So it's, the one I had was like 3 weeks in a row of installations, and I did the first week and it was horrible and painful, and I hurt to pee like more than it usually does for like 3 days after that. And so by the time that the next week came and my second installation had to happen, the second the doctor would get near me, I would jump 3 feet back in my seat, and I wasn't controlling it. I was getting so frustrated at myself that I would start jumping away every time. And like, it wasn't me, it was literally my body like being like, do not make me experience that pain again. So and it didn't help. The medicine in the bladder didn't help. So she was like, all right, we're gonna try something else. So the next step was a cystoscopy under anesthesia. So I didn't feel anything when it was happening. A cystoscopy is when they put a camera into your bladder, and I had it with hydrodistension, which means they like fill up your bladder and see what it looks like when it's filled up. It helps some people with IC. It did not help me. Pretty much none of these treatments helped me. Literally none of them. So I had that done and I was under anesthesia, and when I woke up, I peed blood, and it was one of the most painful things that I have ever gone through, once again. Um, but yeah, it didn't help. It helped the doctors see what my bladder looked like, but other than that, it probably made me worse, honestly. So then the next thing they wanted to try was pelvic nerve block injections, which was a weird thing. So it was a needle this big, and I'm not even kidding, actually a little bit bigger, like this big, like 12 inches, and it was like thick. It wasn't thin, but it was bendy. Actually, I guess it was a little, I don't know, it was a bendy needle. And they put it into my stomach, like pelvis stomach area, and looped it around to my urethra to give me a nerve block in my urethra, I think. I'm not sure. It's not the same thing as pudendal nerve block, which is something I also had. But that did not help me. Just, I didn't feel any impact from it. I did that. It was also a 3-week treatment. I did 2 weeks of that. Third week, I was like, it's not helping. They're like, okay, we're gonna stop. And then the last thing I did with those doctors, the problem with those doctors were that they didn't look at anything else that was wrong with me. They said I only had IC. They didn't acknowledge the fact that I had vulvodynia, pelvic floor dysfunction, anything like that. They were like, IC, bladder, 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 but everything else hurt. Like, my bladder is the least thing that hurts for me. Like, my whole pelvis hurts. And they didn't acknowledge that. So they kept trying all these things that were not what I needed. So they tried, I had a trial for, it wasn't InterStim, it was some sort of device that you get implanted in your back that, like, stimulates the nerves and makes them supposed to help your pain. I had a trial for it that was also super terrible. They put wires in my back while I was awake. The doctor was awful, and it was very painful. And then I had these wires, and then I had a battery pack attached on each side, and the wires were, like, stimulated, and I don't know what I was supposed to, they didn't explain anything very well to me at all, so I don't know what I was supposed to, like, it was just not supposed to cause me pain, which it didn't help my pain either, so really, I don't know. I think it might have caused pain, I don't know, but I wanted the trial so bad that I said it didn't cause me pain. I didn't go through with the trial anyway, with the actual implant. It's a surgical implant, but, I couldn't wait to get that out, because all night my back hurt so badly because wires were moving around inside my back, and I couldn't sleep all night, and so finally I got them out in the morning, and it was the biggest relief in the world. And okay, I'm going way over time. So that was the last of that doctor. Then I finally got medicine when I turned 18. I went to a urogynecologist who diagnosed me then with vulvodynia, pelvic floor dysfunction, and IC, who prescribed me amitriptyline, which is an antidepressant, but it helps with nerve pain, and I think that that's helped me. I'm still on it. I've been on it for over a year. I think that the pain, I mean, right now the pain's just all over the place and it's getting worse, but it did help me for a while. And then the other thing that she tried recently was a pudendal nerve block injection, which it was the most amazing thing I've ever felt when I woke up from that, and I was under anesthesia, and I woke up from it, and my whole pelvis was numb, and it was the most amazing feeling in the world, because I was like, I'm not in pain. Oh my god, I'm not in pain. I almost started crying. I was literally like, oh my god. But then, a few hours later, the pain came back, and worse, so it didn't really help. I'm probably gonna try it again soon, but yeah. So those are the treatments that I've tried. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. Nothing really has helped me, except amitriptyline has a little bit helped me. And what I'm trying next is botox injections in my pelvis and another nerve block for my pudendal nerve to see if it'll work, like the second time will work. Yeah, that's it for now, and this video is 10 minutes, so I hope this was educational. Goodbye.